We are in sunny Moab. Moab is an adventure capital of the world. So you can slick rock, you can visit arches, canyonlands, and guess what? You can fill up on authentic Italian Neapolitan style pizza. We're gonna introduce you to Antica Forma. We're gonna meet Jody and Israel, basically a dream team that are making sure that you're gonna enjoy pizza all the time. Oh, what time is it? It's pizza time. Let's do this. Jody, how are you?
Good. How are you, Katie?
Oh my gosh, I've been out adventuring. I've been doing the jeeping. I hiked the Delicate Arch. I camped in Canyonlands. I've worked up an appetite. I'm here at Antica Forma. So excited.
Come on in. Israel has prepared a feast for you fit for an Italian queen, so come on in.
All right, I love it. You called me queen, you had me there. You were not joking me when you said that Israel had spent the morning just crafting some beautiful menu items for us. This is unreal. Israel, will you tell us what we have on the table?
So right here we have a campana pizza, which is made with buffalo mozzarella, grape tomatoes, basil, calamari olives, grated cheese.
That's nice.
And right here we have a girella. It's made with
Mozzarella?
Girella. Yeah, it's a sheet of mozzarella.
Okay.
We stuff it with pesto, roasted peppers, and artichokes.
Oh my gosh, that looks unbelievable. And then just a little bit of
drizzle
arugula.
of olive oil and some arugula.
That's beautiful.
This is our fettuccine with shrimp, mussels, and calamari. And right here we have the Primavera Pizza, which is made with roasted balsamic tomatoes, some spinach, prosciutto, and it's finished with some Parmesan cheese.
Beautiful, yes. And of course the fresh mozzarella.
The fresh mozzarella that we make in-house, yes.
Yum, and then I know this is tiramisu, but that looks unbelievable.
Yes, so that's the classic tiramisu.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your background and history. I'm gonna dive in.
So my part of the story is finding a world-class chef in New York and convincing him to come to Vernal, Utah first. We opened the first restaurant in Vernal 6 years ago. And then 3 years ago we opened this restaurant. I met Israel in New York and had his pizza, and I was just flabbergasted. Unbelievable pizza. And the night that I met him, when we left the restaurant, I said, Izzy, why don't you come to Vernal, Utah, and we'll open a restaurant together. And he said, I might be interested.
Israel, what are you doing that's different to create this extraordinary pizza? I mean, this is a very classic, traditional Italian Neapolitan style pizza, yeah?
When I was younger, I started cooking New York style pizzas, and like Chicago style and all that stuff. A few years later, I got introduced to the Neapolitan pizza, and I fell in love with it because they keep the tradition, so that you have to make your mozzarella from scratch, you have to make your dough in a certain way, you have to let it rise for like 24 hours, and I love those things.
You immigrated from Mexico when you were 16, and you started cooking in New York City when you were 16 years old.
Yes.
New York City is the place where when chefs want to go educate themselves, they go cook there.
Like I said, when I was young, I was like all over. Even the 5 boroughs, I worked in all 5 boroughs, like Brooklyn, Bronx.
All 5 of the boroughs, that's so cool.
I always wanted to do something else besides cooking, but for some reason I always went back. Even when I tried to be a server, they would need somebody in the back of the kitchen, and I know how to cook, so I was like, so I would always end up cooking, and it would always be pizza.
You have learned how to craft every single kind of pizza that there is. Chicago is deep dish. New York is very traditional with almost like that crunch.
It's sold by the slice.
Yeah, the size of your head, because that's just how they roll. And then Neapolitan style pizza, which is this beautiful traditional pizza of Napoli or Naples.
Israel's training, he was trained by a man that owns one of the oldest pizzerias in Naples.
No way.
He went there too.
Yes, I went there year before last, before COVID hit. We went
to
Italy,
Naples.
To Naples, and I went to the restaurant. The owner of the restaurant is Don Antonio's, and there's his New York restaurant. It's called Don Antonio's. That's where Izzy got his training.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
And this amazing partnership was forged.
Yes.
Yes.
It's so fun to get to sit and get to chat with you and know the history and the origins, because you come in here and the food is so good, and you have this imported pizza oven from Italy, from Naples, and now you can come and really enjoy a taste of Italy.
Yes.
Via Vernal, via New York, from Mexico. It's so special. I also love that you have a great libation menu. So you've got like High West whiskey, but you've also got beautiful Prosecco and wine, and of course, local beer. We featured Moab Brewery in our very first season of Taste Utah.
Cool.
And so we love it. You have to support them, right?
Yes,
they're right down the street.
Yeah, they're just down the street.
And that's kind of a cool story about Moab too, is the food community here. You're all so expansive. Like, you want to share and you want to help one another and support one another. And that's awesome. And your name is really special. So will you just give us the insight as to why you decided to name yourself?
The name of Antica Forma? Yeah, so Antica Forma means the old form, or the old way. So I decided to name it like that because that's what we do here. We do everything the old way. This was created 100 years ago. Well, I mean, hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And they still do it the same way. Actually, back then, there was no tomatoes in Europe. When Europeans migrated to America, they imported tomatoes from Peru, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
Peru, and then so at the beginning they used to use only like lard, and just like pecorino cheese, like grated cheese, and that. But there was no tomato sauce on the pizza. At first, those ovens were made to bake bread, and they will use a piece of flat bread just to kind of clean the oven. But they didn't want to waste the bread, so they decided to add something and eat it. So that's how.
It's literally my favorite part of Italian culture. I mean, can you imagine our society today without pizza? And it's
exactly
so special. It's what Americans are now sort of shifting toward, is the sustainability, but it's like ingrained in what you're already doing here. Like, it makes me emotional because it's so important. It's important to know where our food comes from. It's important to pay homage to it and use every bit that we can and make sure that we're not over consuming. And what a special, special delight and treat that you are offering us.
Thank you.
One of my favorite things to do is to pop back in the kitchen and see how things are made. I mean, if you're making mozzarella in-house, would you show me how you do it?
We'll take it to the back and we'll make some fresh mozzarella.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, awesome. I'll put my mask back on, and then Jody.
I'll stay here and finish.
I was gonna say, this all better be clean by the time we got back. Okay, good.
Okay.
You ready, Israel? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, Israel, you're gonna teach me how to make fresh mozzarella. I'm so excited. You're gonna let me help, so I'm gonna put some gloves on.
Yeah, so that's a cheese slicer.
Okay.
So what we have here is mozzarella curd.
Okay.
So we use mozzarella curd because it helps us cut the process in half.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna slice it right here with
Okay.
this guitar. We're just gonna push down like this with your hand.
Nice, firm.
Yes, just like that. And don't worry, you won't cut your.
Yeah, should I try it?
Yeah, yes, you can.
On this one?
Yeah, yep.
And I go this way?
Yeah.
Okay, and just get like some pressure on all sides of it.
Yes, and just kind of run your hands side to side. And there you go.
Boom, perfect.
Now we're gonna put the cheese of curd in here.
This huge dish. This is like the dish I have at my house that I eat cereal out of. Just kidding. The most important part of this process is hot water, right? Because that's what makes the cheese malleable.
Yeah. So your water, you gotta make sure it's boiling.
Yep.
Because if it's too cold, then you know, a bit hard to stretch it.
The cheese is not going to melt.
You put about between 14 to 16 grams of salt for each pound.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to add that salt to it.
Putting that around nice and liberally.
Yes. Put that here. And then we're ready for the hot water. Now you want to go around first.
Okay.
Because you don't want to put all the hot water in the middle.
They're just like congeal together, yeah?
Yeah, because if you put everything in the middle, then all the fat from the cheese will come out, and you don't want that. So you want to go around slowly.
Because you're not trying to cook the cheese, you're
Yes,
just trying to make it pliable.
Yes.
And you have to have like very tempered hands to do this,
Oh
right?
yes. So sometimes some Italian people, they don't even use gloves. They just use bare hands.
Bare hands, and that's the thing. I mean, you get conditioned to it, and then it's not so hot.
Yeah. So now we're gonna use this thing here.
Okay.
And we're gonna start.
Just moving it back and forth.
Yeah. First, you wanna just, go like this.
Okay.
Side to side. And then when it starts becoming together, then you start stretching it.
Okay. And you are like, you're picking it up, making sure it's not just clumping in one area.
Right.
I mean,
so now
that is like everything. That's delicious.
If you ever do this at home, make sure you cut your cheese, your curd evenly.
Yeah.
So you're not struggling.
I mean, that took no time at all. That came together so quickly.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. What are you looking for here as far as
we want that silky finish here. You want to make sure there's no chunks of curd.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you really are like your quality control right now.
Yes. Grab it like this. Grab it this way. And you want to put your hand like that.
Okay.
You want to kind of roll it like that.
Tuck it in. And then you've got a ball.
And then you want to cut it by squeezing really hard.
Okay.
Like that. And that's this.
That's try one? I would love to. I'm like so nervous, but I do want to.
Okay, so just
so
it then.
Go like that.
And just fold it like that.
Fold it.
Yes.
Fold it.
Yeah, now just try.
And then just kind of try tucking it all in.
Yes.
Tucking it all in. Tucking it all in. And then
perfect. And then squeeze really hard.
Really hard. Something
there you go. Perfect.
Like that? Is that really?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so cool in my hands too. Israel, it would be really fun, I think, to take this fresh mozz and like make a pizza. Would you be up for it?
Absolutely. We have a little surprise for you.
I love surprises.
Okay. We'll leave this here for a minute.
Okay.
We'll take some of this mozzarella to go make a pizza.
Let's do it. Okay, Israel, so we're here to make some pizza. You said you have a special surprise for me.
Yes.
So you're making your dough in-house.
Yes.
Are you making it every day?
We make dough today for tomorrow.
And then you segment it into little dough balls.
Before, like when you're making the dough balls, you put it in the box.
Okay.
And then you just let it sit there. We don't refrigerate it. We keep it just at room temperature.
Nice.
To like 65 degrees. We have a room, the dough room. So that's where I like to keep it. So I don't like to put it in the refrigerator because you get a lot of moist, and your dough gets a little too much water.
I need a dough room in my house. Like, that's amazing. Okay, awesome.
So here's what it looks like.
Okay. Oh, beautiful.
That's how it looks like.
Okay.
So we're gonna take
a little spatula.
You're gonna help me do this, okay?
Yes, I would love to. Oh my gosh.
First step, you wanna put some flour around the dough.
Okay.
And then you wanna scoop it out, and you wanna make sure you wanna go all the way down.
Yeah.
So you can cut it. Then you use the corners here.
Nice.
So you go all the way like that to the bottom, and then you wanna go fast this.
Yeah.
Okay. You want another one?
Yeah, I would love to. Okay. Just so this one?
Yeah, just cut that.
So just cut that in there. And then cut that in there.
Yes, perfect.
And then just fast.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect.
Ish. And then like that.
Yeah. Just right there. push this side. We're gonna cover it. Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
First, we wanna kind of shape it. Just kind of push the corners in. Then drop it on the flour.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so light and so fluffy.
Yes, and then
Okay.
bring it back to you a little bit.
Okay.
I want to push all the air that's in the dough to the rim.
Okay.
So you want to go slowly like this.
Yeah, you can feel the
And
air.
then- Yes.
Okay.
You see those bubbles? That's a good sign.
Okay. I'm doing a good job.
Yes.
Okay.
So now you want to flip it over and do the same thing.
Okay.
You go. If you have a good dough, then you don't really have to worry about, details because your dough
You're
it's
working
already
with a good product already.
Yes. So like a lot of times I tell my guys, don't worry if you don't get it, perfectly round. But what I care about is the product itself, like
Yeah.
the dough. In this case, the dough. Now we got the sauce right here.
Okay.
And I really love this pizza because we're gonna add some caramelized onions
Yum.
and some basil, some grated cheese, and the fresh mozzarella that we just made in the
Oh my
back
gosh,
of the kitchen.
I'm so excited.
And then we're gonna finish it up with some prosciutto at the end.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of the saltiness from the prosciutto and a little of the sweetness from the balsamic
This is so fun. Okay.
onions. So I'm gonna put on my pizza
Okay.
about this much,
Okay.
right in the center. Make
Okay.
sure. Then you're gonna go like this. You're gonna
Oh my gosh, it smells so
Wrap
good.
it
I can
around like
smell
this.
it. Yeah.
and
Beautiful.
that's it. Now you do yours.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Here we go. Like that much?
Yes.
Okay. And just put it in the center.
Perfect. Yeah. Now just go around. Just go with the spoon like this. Perfect. Good job. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. Now we're gonna put some basil.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Some people rather add the basil at the end. Some people like it before. But I like to do it before because it kind of infuses all the flavors while you're cooking it.
Yeah, I like
So-
that.
So we're gonna add some onions here. So I like to put a little, just the right amount. So when you take a bite, you taste in the sauce, you taste in the cheese.
You're getting all of the
all of it,
flavors.
I just like to add a little bit of the grated cheese here. And some of the mozzarella that we just made. We're just gonna grab this chunk and you can grab that one.
This one
And
right
just kind of
Pinch
pinch it
it
like
and-
this.
Oh my gosh. This is
See how you still have a little bit of the juice in there?
Yeah, which is like so nice. You want it. They
Yes.
want that moisture, right?
Yes. Want to drizzle it around on a spiral.
Perfect.
And there you go.
Okay.
Yours?
Little drizzle in a spiral. Do you start from the inside out?
Yes. It is. And work yourself out. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Now it's ready to go in the oven. Okay.
Okay.
Just gonna go like this. And then
Stretch it. Oh,
stretch
look
it
at
like
that.
this.
That technique, it's so good.
Yes.
And it's like paper thin. That's the thing, you know?
Yeah. I'm just gonna wrap it right there. It takes only 1 minute and then 20 seconds to cook a pizza.
I think I
Good
did all
job.
right. Yeah?
That's
Ish?
good. Just
okay.
maybe a little bit here.
A little bit
and that's
there.
it.
Okay.
And
Yeah, okay.
it's ready to go in the oven. So, and then
Just put it right over.
right there.
Nice.
There
That's
you
some
go.
good technique.
Yes. So you wanna do a couple of turns and make sure it's evenly cooked.
And those bubbles are occurring because you pushed all the air
Yes.
pockets to side.
Yes.
So cool.
So there you go. First one.
Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh good, mine's doing pretty good in there.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
I
look.
didn't think I did so well with the air pockets and the crust, but it looks pretty
You
good.
wanna try?
On the plate?
Yes.
Oh my
Just
gosh, I feel
slow,
so much
slow,
pressure
slow.
right now.
Slow. There you go. Good job.
Woo.
Now you want to top it with some prosciutto.
Oh,
That's fine.
prosciutto. Since it's yours and I like you, I'll give you some more.
Okay. We're just gonna grease a little bit of, just a little bit of oil. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it.
All right, this is amazing. Do you want to each have a piece of my pizza?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's your pizza, right?
So you have
Okay.
a slice, and I will have a slice. And we will just say cheers, and this has been one of the most fun episodes that I've ever shot, so cheers.
Pizza cheers.
Yeah, exactly.